I'm Rachel Holmes. I'll be your occupational therapist today. So this is Jody. This is our client. She recently had a stroke, and some of the positive screen findings that we have are her visual deficits, which is decreased ocular motor control, visual perception deficits, which is hemanopsia, and motor functioning, which includes a left shoulder subluxation and a left lower extremity biceps femoris flexor tone. So how has this impacted your functioning?
Well, grocery shopping is a little difficult, getting in and out of the car, and doing laundry and having to bend down, up and down, and then cooking in the kitchen and having to see the oven controls to be able to cook some dinner.
Okay. So as an occupational therapist, it's our job to make sure that you're functioning at the highest level that you possibly can. We want you to participate in your occupations every day. So some of the stuff we'll work on is strength in your shoulder and range of motion for your shoulder as well. We're going to do some visual exercises like tracking, stuff like that. And then we'll also do a lot of stretches for your legs to make sure that you don't develop contractures. So this is the visual pursuit tracking screening. I'm going to use this pen. Okay, so you're going to look at this pen, and then I need you to follow this pen, okay, while I move it. Great. Okay, so I've drawn a circle for you. I want you to draw a clock and fill in all of the numbers, okay? So next, our client Jody is going to draw a human figure. Next, the client is going to read from a short book.
Picnic, says Babar, says Celeste. The perfect spot. Celeste, go to the garden. No, says Celeste. See the perfect spot.
Okay, next we're going to film Jody upper body dressing. Good job. For unilateral neglect, I asked the client to draw a clock using all of the numbers, and this was the result. This shows that she only sees the left side of the visual field. The next task that I asked the client to do was to draw a human stick figure, and this was the results. As you can see, she only drew one half of the body, which again shows her unilateral neglect. I had the client do upper body dressing, and you can see in the video that she only dresses one side and she doesn't recognize the left side. So for the last task to test for unilateral neglect, I had the client read a little portion of this children's book. So she was reading the middle of the sentence on. She didn't start at the beginning of each sentence, which also proves that she has left side neglect. So this is a manual muscle test for shoulder elevation. So I'm going to ask the client to shrug her shoulders up, okay? And I'm going to press right here. Don't let me push down, okay? We're going to test for shoulder abduction. We're going to test both sides. Her left side is the affected side, so we're going to test her right side first. So I'm going to ask the client to put her arm out like this, okay? And I'm going to hold on her shoulder and push down, okay? Don't let me push down, okay? Now we're going to do the left side, which is the affected side. So do the same thing. I'm going to put my hand here. Don't let me push down. So her left side shows that it's a little bit weaker due to the subluxation. Now we're going to test the client's shoulder flexion. We're going to do both sides. Her left side is the affected side, so we're going to do the right side first. So hold your arm straight out in front of you like this. Okay? I'm going to put my hand right here, and I'm going to push down. Don't let me push down. Okay? And now we're going to do the other side. Same thing. Put your arm straight out just like that. I'm going to push down, and don't let me push down, okay? Next, we're going to test internal rotation on both sides. So I'm going to have you hold your arm up just like that. Perfect. And I'm going to hold right here, and I'm going to push your arm down to the floor. Okay? Try to resist. To test the weaker side, we're going to do the same thing. So put your arm straight out like that. Okay? I'm going to hold right here and push down towards the floor. Don't let me push down. Now we're going to test external rotation for the strong side. So hold your arm out just like that. Okay? I'm going to hold your arm. Okay? I'm going to push it backwards behind you. Don't let me push it back. To test the weak side of external rotation, we're going to do the same thing. So put your arm straight out like this. Okay? I'm going to push your arm behind you. Don't let me push it. So as you can see from all of the manual muscle tests on the shoulder, her left side was much weaker than her right side, and that's due to the left shoulder subluxation. So we're going to test for lower extremity flexor tone. We're going to test both her right and her left leg. So I'm going to place one hand. This is her left leg, which is the affected leg. I'm going to place one hand on the top of her leg and then one hand behind her ankle, and I'm going to flex it as fast as I can. Okay, so that shows an increase in tone, and then we'll test the right leg as well, which is the non-affected leg. Next, we're going to test knee extension. We're going to test both sides. So her right leg, we're going to test first, which is the non-affected leg. So I'm going to place my hand right here and bring the leg up, and then I'm going to flex it. So this is her left leg, which is the affected leg. So from the lower extremity screens, you can tell that the client has normal tone in her right leg and flexor tone in her left leg, which is the affected leg. So some of the safety precautions, we want to be aware of the activities that we choose for the client. So for motor skills, we want to be aware of the weakened shoulder. We don't want to do too heavy of weights when we're trying to strengthen that shoulder. And then for the lower extremity, we want to try and loosen up that leg. So we don't want to do anything too strenuous on that leg as well. For the vision deficits and the vision perception deficits, we don't want to do any exercises or activities that will strain the client's eyes too much, because at that point we can start to work backwards and it's not very helpful to the client. So now we're going to test for Lily's hips, okay? Lily, I'm going to move your leg really fast, okay? Good girl.